Some universities are preparing to resume academic work after the University Teachers Association of Ghana called off its strike for the next 14 days. But the UTAG branch at the University of Education, Winneba, disagrees with the National UTAG. UTAG announced a suspension of its strike that lasted more than 40 days after High Court ordered them to return to work. National President of UTAG, Professor Solomon Nuno, warned that members of UTAG are unhappy and will go to all extent to ensure an improvement of its conditions of service. Vice President of the University of Education, Winneba UTAG, Dr. Pascal Akpodo, joins me live on this one. I'm grateful for your time, Mr. Akpodo. Why do you disagree with the national body? Mr. Akpodo, kindly unmute for me.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the UEW branch of UTAG voted yesterday to reject the decision of NEC to suspend the ongoing strike. Our decision to vote against the decision is based on the fact that we do not trust the government machinery working to improve the conditions of service of our members. There have been many agreements that we have signed with government over the period, and government reneged on all the promises made in those agreements. That is why we are very skeptical that not until what we need and demanded for is granted, we shouldn't suspend the strike action. And what we did yesterday is part of a process that is available for us as UTAG members. Thank you.
Now, so you're saying that you don't also trust your national leaders because they are fronting the negotiations on your behalf, and they say you should call off the strike.
No, we are not saying we do not trust our national leaders. In fact, if you listen to our national leaders, they made it very clear that this is a risk that they are taking and they are willing to take. If you read our UTAG constitution, you will see that the calling off or suspending a strike action is a two-phase process. The first phase is where the National Executive Committee takes the decision to suspend the strike and announce same. The second phase is triggered immediately the first phase is completed. The second phase is for all the constituent universities to vote on the decision, and that voting would either accept the decision of the national executives or reject the decision of the national executive. Now, what we did yesterday in the University of Education, Winneba, is only the start of that process, that second phase. All the member universities are supposed to vote on the decision to either accept or to reject the decision. Now, if by the end of the window of 5 days, within which the process is supposed to come to an end, if the majority of the campuses vote against the decision, then the decision will be nullified. If they vote for the decision, then the decision stand accepted. Within these 5 days, all member campuses will do that for us to now bring the process of suspending the strike to a close.
So what would it take for you to actually comply?
Now, what it will take is for the government to take advantage of the window that is open by the national executive's decision to suspend the strike. As we speak, the strike is suspended, at least until the 4th of March, while our process would be ongoing. If government takes steps to engage with the negotiation team of UTAG, and within the window of time resolve the matter between them, then our votes would come to no effect. But if by the end of this window which has been opened, government does not take advantage of this window to settle the matter, on the 4th, When we realize that nothing changes, we would resume the strike. And it is by our vote that the national executives would have to resume the strike.
So the national executives have ordered that the teachers or your members go back to the classroom from Monday. You are saying that if what you want you do not get, you won't go to the classroom. Are you not bothered that the students of the University of Education Winneba will be affected while all of their colleagues in other universities will be learning?
Now, let me make one clarification. The fact that we voted yesterday against the decision does not immediately nullify the decision. We voted yesterday against the decision and we communicated our mandate to the national executives. The national executive would have to consider our vote and then receive resolutions from all the other campuses. We would comply with the order of the national executives while this process is ongoing. So if we have to go to the lecture hall today or tomorrow, we will do that. It is a process that is ongoing, but while the process is ongoing, we would also start teaching. If by the end of the 5th day, majority of the campuses vote against the decision, then the decision will be rejected. And